What is up, everyone? Barricade here, and I wanted to bring you guys another little piece of Gears of War news. I came across this article, it barely was uploaded like the other day, and it's actually very interesting. I really, really like this. This makes me have even more hope for the Gears of War, on the Xbox One about how it's going to be and, basically how good of a game it could possibly be. And while it isn't anything too specific, it doesn't say anything like what modes it will have or anything like that. But the one thing that makes me have more hope for this game is that just read this article. I'll post the article in the description. But basically the gist of it, what they did another interview with Rod Fergusson, and he basically stated that Black Tusk has access to significantly more resources than the old Gears of War team back in the day, quote unquote. And he's basically saying that at Black Tusk Studios, they have much more resources than the original team at Epic did. And he even goes on to say that the team at Epic was very understaffed, they were overworked, and at the time they didn't really seem to have too much of an energy for it. They were just felt like really like kind of tired towards the series. They didn't really know what to do with it, and it just overall felt like they were lacking. Their team felt very lacking when they were working at Epic. He even says the words that the original Gears of War team was super lean, basically saying, very small. It was just, he even says right here, it says in an article, we always had the smallest team possible. We were always sort of understaffed and overworked, so we weren't able to fully take advantage of what the franchise could do. So he's basically just saying that back then at Epic, they were very understaffed and they couldn't do as many things as they wanted to with the series. But with Black Tusk Studios, it's the exact opposite, and that they have way more people than they had, way more resources, and it just overall has a way bigger and better team than the original Gears of War did. The original Gears of War team at Epic did. And the one thing that makes me feel real good about this series too is I'm not confirming it. I'm not saying this is what the new Gears of War will have, but he goes on to say that they're really enthusiastic about the multiplayer and how the multiplayer is and how they like to play Horde a lot together. So I'm guessing by that, saying that he's talking about the multiplayer and goes on to say that they like to play Horde a lot, gives me an idea that they prefer like a Gears of War 3 type of feel. The Cog versus Locust. They like the just basically the original trilogy feel. They like the feeling of Cog versus Locust. They like Horde mode. They like different. They like the dynamics of the original series. Just what he says, that's what I'm getting. I'm not confirming anything, but from what he's saying, it to me, it just seems like they like how the original trilogy was. They like Horde mode. They just have a huge energy towards how the game should be. So, in my opinion, it gives me a lot of hope for this series. It makes me believe that they really know what they're doing, that they're gonna sit there and make another Gears of War game that's gonna live up to what it should be. Not what Judgment did. Judgment was a huge step backwards for the series, but to me, Rod Fergusson with this new team that's so enthusiastic and so, much more resourceful and more people and everything, to me that gives me hope that the series overall can take a huge step forward for once and actually be an amazing great game on the Xbox One. And just overall, that's just what I just wanted to tell you guys right now because, in my opinion, just I'm getting more and more excited for it. I'm getting more and more excited. I've had a few people say, "Oh no, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be bad. It should go back to Epic," which I don't know why. It shouldn't go back to Epic. Epic was the reason why Gears of War Judgment was the way it was after Rod Fergusson and Cliff Bleszinski and all those other people left. They tried to make another Gears without them, and it was terrible. This team has Rod Fergusson, who's one of the original creators of the series, and he knows what to do to make Gears of War awesome. And he has this team that's just so enthusiastic and willing to do what he wants, basically, to try to make the next Gears of War game be as great as possible. And in my opinion, that seems way better. I'd rather see Rod Fergusson with a different company and with a team that's willing to do what he wants than it be back at Epic with a team that doesn't know what makes Gears of War awesome, doesn't know what they're doing, and make another Gears of War Judgment game that's just garbage. So, in my opinion, I think Black Tusk Studios with Rod Fergusson is better off than Epic was without any of them. And just overall, I'm getting more excited about this series, and I really think it can take off on the next gen console, or current gen, whatever you want to call it, Xbox One, because it has a greater and more resourceful team, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, I'm running out of time here. If you guys like this video, please definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think. Do you think Black Tusk Studios has a shot at making a new Gears of War game that will be utterly amazing, or do you think it'll be another fail like Judgment? Tell me why in the comments below. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy.